by Mr. A. Subburaj, Deputy Director, Inspection Silkmark of India, Government of India. This is by Silkmark of India. Mr. Subburaj.
So good afternoon everybody, and it is quite common for any conference. Post lunch session, the capacity will be hardly 40%. So we are used to this, nothing to worry, but anyway, quantity is not important here, quality is important. Those who are staying, maybe they are interested in quality, I don't know. Since my session has been a little advanced today, I was supposed to give my session by 3:30, but now it has been advanced. So I would like to take you through some of the aspects about Silkmark. But before that, as in the pre-lunch session I told you, the moment we call Indian silk, always we remember silk sari in India, so far as India is concerned. But there are scopes beyond silk, beyond textiles, I had already told you. I don't know how many of you have heard about Silkmark, but anyway, those who have not heard about Silkmark, in this session I would like to present how the Silkmark came into existence and how it is going to help the society, it is going to help the women folk in the country, and not in the country, in the world also. And it is a very noble scheme of Government of India. Many times we feel that government of schemes are launched, but what happens after a few years, maybe 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years down, many of the schemes gets natural death. It has happened, many schemes, I can name many few, but I don't want to hurt anybody. But this is a scheme for last 16 to 17 years, it has been continuously flourishing. Maybe I'm not here to appreciate myself, but maybe there are some inherent properties or inherent qualities of the scheme, it is gearing up. Minus these 2 years, 2021 and 1920, 2021. We always refer silk, a queen of textiles, but why? There must be some reason for that. And since most of us from the technical side, like NIFT students are there, so they keep on studying technical aspects of many textile fibers. Why silk is queen of textiles? Because silk consists of most of the textile properties of the fiber, whether it is a functional properties, whether it is aesthetics, whether it is comfort, whether it is ecological, whether it is safety. So since silk has got all these 5 qualities, so we call it queen of textiles. But you take any other, say for shining, cotton shining is little less. You take for jute, though it is a natural fiber. But all those characteristics only silk is having. Therefore, silk is mostly called as queen of textiles. And any industry mostly flourishes if you have got very strong domestic market and the export market. And you will be happy to know that India is the largest consumer of silk in the world. Though India is the second largest producer of silk in the world, but it is the largest consumer of the silk in the world. So this is a matter of it is a matter of pride for all of us. India not being a so rich country, but still we consume most of the silk in the country domestically. There is an organization, Markets and Markets. I think many of you, since you are in the trade, you might have heard about this organization. Markets and Markets Analysis. They keep on analyzing, they keep on forecasting the growth of many industries, not only textiles. But other than textiles, they keep on doing some research work and they try to forecast the growth. So based on this Markets and Markets study, they are telling by from 2018 to 2023, CAGR of around 18% they are expecting. So far as Indian silk is concerned, about 18% growth, they are 7.8% growth they are expecting in silk. Globally, I told you the 7.8% growth they are expecting in the silk industry. Silk is so precious and so important and so close to us because most of the religious functions, then your social functions are happening, but not without silk. And mainly you might have heard that silk is passed from generation to generations. I mean, from mother it goes to daughter and it goes to daughter, like jewelry. Wool mark, this is the first textile mark in the world, the wool mark. It is from Australia, and like that for the gold it is BIS mark, that is hallmark. And for cotton apparels, it is cotton mark, and hand-woven products, India handloom brand or handloom mark. Likewise, since the quality, quality is one of the important factor in the silk, and it is very, very high in demand. In any items or any textiles, if it is high in demand, there are scope of adulteration, like gold, lot of scope of adulteration. Like silk, lot of scope of adulteration. But it doesn't happen in the polyester, because when per kg of silk you can buy in 4,500 to 5,500 per kg, whereas in any synthetic fabric if you go, it is hardly 800 to 1,000 rupees per kg. So you can understand with adulteration of non-silk fiber in the silk material, a lot of cost reduction may take place, and there are many unscrupulous traders in the market. They tend to pass on the non-silk product in the name of silk to the consumers. Therefore, there was a need in the industry, why not to come out some of the mark which can really protect our consumers, which can support our consumers in buying decisions, and see that consumers are not cheated with the fake silk or the adulterated silk. So this silk mark can be used right from the yarn, then your fabric at manufacturing stage, at the garment stage, at the retail stage. How do we promote this? So we developed 3 types of silk mark label. And this label, the left side you are seeing, it is a paper hang tag label. It has got QR code and it has got serial number. With the help of serial number and the QR code, the consumer can trace its sources. From where it has been bought, from where it has been purchased. But since the paper hang tag label is a very transferable, it can be transferred from one fabric to another fabric. So keeping in view the Digital India initiative and this making it more secure, the Silk Mark Organization of India could develop a sticker type of label. The moment it is put onto the fabric, if anyone wants to remove it, it is not possible because it comes into bits, into pieces. So it is only single use. Whereas in the first one, chances are there one can take it out and use for the other fabric, and it can be misused sometimes. Therefore, shortly within a year's time, we are going to phase it out, and already production of this paper tag has been stopped, and now the center one, that is sticker level, is in the market. It is quite user friendly and very, very light in weight, and lot of security features are in this. There are 3D stripe of what you take stickers, hologram. How does it work? Basically, how this whole system works here. The first of all, what we do, we create a repository in the corporate office that is in Bangalore, and from Bangalore, this is the left side, what you are seeing, it is our central office that is in Bangalore. All the Silk Mark level productions data are captured in the Bangalore, and then it is transferred to this, we have got 10 branch offices across the country. Then those levels are physically shifted to all those branch offices, and in the inventory management system, it shows that a certain amount of Silkmark levels are transferred to the different chapters established in different parts of the country, right from north to south, east to west, everywhere we have got. Then from those branch offices, it goes to the retail outlets. Retail outlets means those who are the members of Silkmark Organization of India. Then from there it goes to the consumers. The moment it comes to the consumers can scan the QR code and see the access that who are the source, where from this has been purchased. So this is the system it works. It can be used, as I told you, primary products, intermediary products and finished products like yarn, then your fabric, then your saris, finished products, then garments, and even on silk carpets it can be used. How the consumers are getting benefited? Because they are sure that they are going to get 100% pure silk products if it is affixed with a silk mark level. What are the benefit of becoming a member? The person who becomes a member, they can become, if any individuals are there, any retail outlets, any association, any societies, any NGOs, they can become the member of Silkmark Organization of India by paying prescribed fee, that is annual, and to be renewed for a 5 years period. In the process, what happens? In the process of promoting the silk mark level in the industry, we are not only protecting the consumers, we are also protecting our silk stakeholders, silk businessmen, silk retail outlets. Because the moment any consumer is cheated with a fake silk, loss goes to our stakeholders, those who are reelers, weavers, traders, then your dyers, processors, printers. So this is complete silk value chain is there. So whole value chain is getting affected. What are the pre-qualification criteria? Who can become a member? Say any retail outlets or any manufacturers, they can manufacture silk, non-silk, cotton, anything they can do it. But on the pure silk products, they have to use the silk mark level. If you visit any showroom, any textile showroom, many textile showrooms, they have got a separate section for the pure silk. So when we tell housekeeping means they should have a separate section to sell the pure silk products where they can keep the silk mark level products. These are the pre-qualification criteria. Then we train them how to use the level, how to maintain the silk mark level stock, then which are the products that should use the silk mark, where it should not be used. So this is the process of application. The moment any person is interested to become a member of Silkmark, they apply in the prescribed format. Then our officer make a visit to the concerned agency, concerned retail outlets, and see their housekeeping, see their manufacturing facilities if they are a manufacturer. Then they are enrolled and enter into a legal agreement, and after that we train them and supply the silk mark level. Then you may ask, how do you have a check on this, whether really they are using the silk mark level on the right product or not. So for that we have got a surveillance system in place, that is in-house surveillance system and third-party surveillance system. As per the study, it shows that 60% of the time, as already I told you in my earlier session, 60% of the time that if we don't buy the silk mark level products, if you go and buy silk without silk mark level, there are chances out of 10 times, 6 times you may land up buying non-silk products in the name of silk. A small dipstick study was made by us in different cities of the country like Chennai, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Bangalore and Delhi. So we found that कि out of 10 times if you buy a silk without silk mark level, you are likely that 6 times you will be landing up buying non-silk products in the name of silk. We keep on organizing various programs to aware the consumers, because consumers are the only pulling force for success of this scheme. The more demand from consumers come, the more we get the enrollment of members. So we keep on organizing various awareness programs through different media, electronic media, then your print media, then digital media, and through different exhibitions, because the brand name of exhibition is the Silkmark Expo. And this is the only expo, not only in the country, but in the world, which assures you to get 100% pure silk product. Not even a single exhibition in the country or in the world it is happening, which gives you an opportunity to buy 100% pure silk. And that too with a guarantee. No exhibition in today, there are many expos have come in the country in the name of Silk India Expo, Silk Paradise, Silk and India, Silk Cotton, Silks of India, then your Silk Galleria. There are many brand names it has come. They have branded each a Silk Expo, but not even a single expo will give you a guarantee of buying 100% pure silk except Silkmark Expo. These are some of the images. We are always present in the print media, as I suggested you, print media we are there, then magazines, then digital media through all the social handles like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, radio, then TV is there, then OH also we do out of home, we keep on doing the hoardings at different places. We keep on branding this train bogies in the country so that the message goes from from southern part to the northern part of the country, like buses. So this is all about the silk mark. So only dream what we are having. So we keep on talking about silk separately. I am Indian silk, I am Chinese silk, the Korean silk. But the major challenge is that there is no single platform where all silk stakeholders in the world can come on single platform. So why not to take this message and to create something like, in the gold there is a World Gold Council. So the World Gold Council has got members from all across the world. So why not we can create the World Silk Council, something like this, so that the silk stakeholders of the countries, whether it is manufacturing or fashion designing or retailing, they can come on the single platform and they can showcase their products. Say for example, you have to source some products from the South Korea, or some products from China, some products from Italy, the fashion garments you want to buy from Italy. But there is a single door or single window where we can go and approach. So this idea I had given in an international conference also in Japan. Why not to create one World Silk Councils? Something like this. And it should work as a market development organization for the silk. Silk means pure silk only. So let all the stakeholders of the country can come on the single platform and create a platform where the businessmen, fashion designers, retail outlets, manufacturers, they can come and showcase their products, and anyone can source from anywhere. But still it is in the dream stage. So let us say if this dream can come true, and we are trying our best, because there is one organization here, that is International Sericultural Commission. So there are 21, 22 countries, they are the members. So we are trying to take them along and create some platform, but still it is very, very in infant stage. So these are the countries in that council, International Sericulture Congress, that Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Brazil, Korea, Egypt, France, Ghana, India, Greece, Indonesia, Iran, Japan, Kenya. These are all the countries. So silk is the heritage. So let us, the whole stakeholders, the person who is handling the silk industry, those who are interested in silk, let us come together and protect this our silk industry. I know that if you compare with the textiles, the silk, percentage of silk and contribution of silk is quite minimum, very dismal. 0.2%, hardly it comes, not even 0.2% it comes. But still, we cannot dream the India or Indian silk without silk. Because any marriages, if you go in the country, it happens with silk only. And we can't imagine any marriages happening in the country without silk. So this is such a very important fiber. So let us all come together and protect this. And with this, I would like to conclude my talk on the silk. And if anyone is having any queries on the silk, any queries, because we are trying to create a gateway to India website. Shortly it will be coming and it will be launching, silkmarkindia.com. We are trying to bring this website, bring out this website for anything. If you want about silk, if you want to know, if you want to learn about Pochampally silk, if you want to know how to wear the sari, if you want to know how many types of silks are available in the country, how many commercial silks are available in the country, you can simply visit that website, then you will have that information. Whether you are a student, whether you are an academician, whether you are if you want to start some business in the silk. So there will be information available on the website how to start the silk business. What are the types of business available? Shortly it is coming, maybe another 3 to 4 months, it will be out. And definitely you will be communicated with this website. So we want to bring a gateway out to Indian silk industry. So that website is shortly coming. And if you have got any queries, you can ask me now, or you can reach to Silkmark at silkmarkindia.com. Anytime you can approach that. If any query about the products, we keep on receiving the inquiries from the outside country like France, then your Japan, because they have got the biggest challenge. They do not know who are the authentic silk sellers. Even online cheatings are happening. One lady from Canada, she purchased, very recently it has happened, 2 months back only it has happened. She purchased Silkmark products. That was a fake Silkmark logo they have put it. She has purchased the silk products paying 31,500 and that person is not at all existing. Only he is making the online business and some third class product they will send it from here, all artificial silk, but with Silkmark logo. So naturally after seeing the website, she has approached us. Now we have taken this issue with the local police station there, trying to sort it out. Though small amount is very, very small, but it is a question of image of the country. 31,500, it is not a very big amount. But here the image of country gets involved. So therefore, we have to be very careful, even importers have to be careful to source the pure silk products. Therefore, if they come through us, if they come through Silkmark India, they are sure, they are not only sure, they are 100% sure that they are going to get 100% pure silk products. So this is the advantage of this Silkmark level. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. That was a very informative session about silk. I would now like to invite Mr. Shrikant, General Manager, and Mr. Arul Regan, Senior Manager, 3D Application, Monotech Systems Limited, for their presentation on digitization in textiles.
Thank you, Varsha. I think we are probably at the end session, and so we have to probably webcast and show it technology-wise to all the people around. Thank you very much, dignitaries, for the invitation for this session. 3D printing, as you all know, is revolutionizing a lot of things, and textile industry is not left behind. So in the recent past, we are hearing a lot of things happening in textile, not only textile, apparel industry as a whole. So we will take you through a session on what it is. I represent a company called Monotech and Monotech Systems Limited, based out of Chennai, and we have offices across the country in 10 locations, where we have offices, and we are operating in 25 different locations as well. We have sales of 3D printers and solutions, and also 3D print services. I am the general manager for Metamorph 3D print services, where we have a full-fledged additive manufacturing center, where we can cater to your services of any innovative requirement which you might have as a one-point of solution or one-stop solution, where we can deliver services one-off, from a small textile spare part to a product to a wearables. I was even discussing this morning with a gentleman who presented here on the textile wear, the electrodes, and the embedded technology, where we can embed those 3D printed parts inside the fabric. So those things are possible. So the sky is the limit. The most important thing which we have seen as evolving in the last few years is the wearables. Though wearables have not completely hit the shelves in the showrooms, apparels have done. For example, Adidas has revolutionized the way shoes are made. Today you can go walk into an Adidas showroom, customize your shoe sole using the 3D print technology, scan your sole, your foot using the technology, and then 3D print a customized sole specifically for your foot. So that's the way innovation is taking place. A number of other areas which we can showcase, and we partner with the OEM partners across the globe, 3D Systems, Mark Forged. Dr. Ajit is one of our customers using it in NFDI. They have a Mark Forged Mark II machine where I believe they are using a concept called same day spare part. So same day spare part, SDSP, and Mr. Arul will tell you more about it. Over to you, Arul. And if you need any, in the meanwhile, as he sets up, if you want to know anything about 3D printing, I can share some thoughts. Arul, ready? Anything in particular I can share while he sets up? So the other part which I was discussing earlier is about the use of data capture. So 3D scanners is another area where now earlier you had a lot of cumbersome body scanning, and now 3D scanners capture through a photogrammetry booth. So we have a photogrammetry booth in our own R&D. We have an R&D team as well. So it has about a small booth of 4 by 4 meter or 2 by 2 meter. So you can stand inside the booth and it will 3D capture 80 snapshots within few seconds, almost the entire body. The main purpose of that grammetry booth is to take your data point for printing your entire model, visual model, as a complete color product. But it can be extended for capturing various data points for the blockchain or for artificial intelligence or for any other things, because body scanning is cumbersome. This is much more just within few seconds it can be done. That is another thing which is developing. So 3D scanners with capturing data for various applications is also one important aspect which is developing. I just saw that in the internet is about the avatars of which you can have using 3D scanners, and then walk into a store and print your apparel or your textile fab and then walk out of the store in a few hours. So all that is evolving. A number of interesting things evolving in the technology. Arul will tell you something more about it in this presentation. Arul.
So good afternoon everyone. Thank you for this opportunity. It's a great honor for us to have this platform to showcase our portfolios and how we are supporting for this textile industries. So agenda of today's presentations, like a few slides about ourselves and partnership and transformations. In each industries we are facing a lot of transformation journey. Right now we are into Industrial 4.0, it making significant impact in all the industries. So like digitization in textile industries, what are the things is happening, and using our 3D printing technologies, what are the solutions we are providing for various fashion industries and shoe industries, and there are many industries are available in the market. So what practically we can able to do with the 3D printing, and how much optimized solution we can able to provide, that I will show you in practical way. And different type of textile applications, with the different type of technologies we develop lot of parts for different type of applications in terms of research and development. So I will show you some images, what are the parts we develop with our composite and polymer materials, and our facilities and services. Our mother plant is located in Chennai, and we have around 19 3D printing technology, and then 7 different type of 3D printing process. And with the optimized note, I can conclude today's presentations. So why 3D printing technology is there in the market? Like we can see your imaginations comes true. Like we always have ideas and concept. So the idea is concepts when we derive into the model, when we have to see as a physical part, it requires some kind of media to manufacturing those kind of things. So 3D printing way of manufacturing is a short-term result process. So through that we can able to get the results in optimized time. So about us, we are 22 years old company, and we start our journey in 1999, and our 3D printing journey started since 2015 onwards. So we are having around 15 locations. We have offices, around 500 employees across India, 2 manufacturing facilities, and most of the research and development is happening in Chennai facility. And like we We have different type of polymer, metal, and recently we working with ceramic printings also. 27 global alliance and like 10 own brands. Under Make in India, we ourselves creating our photo booth. It is more suitable for different type of fashion designs and other photo booth, photogrammetry applications. That also I will explain in coming up slides. And like we have a global customers as well. We creating our own 2D and 3D printer, and we are manufacturing in India, and we are selling to outside the country as well. So east, west, north, south, all the region we have offices, all the major cities we have sales and technical support. And these are the OEM companies. It is new to you all. These are the global based 3D printer manufacturer company. Start from 3D systems. They are the industry leader, so they have a different type of 3D printing technologies. Through that, we can able to provide a lot of optimized design and textile parts through these technologies. What is that and what are the part we develop, I will explain to you. Apart from that, there are some other composite technology from Markforged and Bicrup. We can make mannequins in fashion designs. Whenever we have to design the dresses, we have to wear and test. So that required mannequins. So that is a big market. So through 3D printing technologies with the optimized time, some creative designs of mannequins and leg pace and all we can able to design. And W2P, it is a DLP technology. Sometimes we used to creative like jewelry and parts used to develop some creative designs that is possible with the digital light process. That also I will show you some images. And apart from that, there Meltio, Admatech and Exets. These are the metal and ceramic printing. Ceramic printing is one of the unique market. When I search about the textile technology, that nano particle textile process is booming now. Similar way with the nanoparticle ceramic printing we are implementing to produce high complex and high creative products for the fashion and textile applications. So apart from that, we have a 3D scanners. Sometimes we have to scan some images. Through that, we derive that our ideas. So for that, we have a handy scanners. So wherever we go, we can scan and get the full point cloud data. Through that, we can able to do the creative designs. So like with the complete portfolio, we are trying to provide the optimized solutions for any type of industries. So we have a different type of polymer material and metal, ceramic materials and thermoplastics, wax, and composite material and even color models. So sometimes some kind of designs we have to demonstrate. So we have to complete color. We can take a 6 sides of photo. That 6 sides of photo is sufficient to create the full colored model. So that how we can develop. That also I will show you in the coming slides. And we generally talk about Industrial 4.0. So there are like every 20 years or 30 years or 50 years once there is a revolution changes is happening in every industries. In this Industrial 4.0, when generally we talk about the digital manufacturing. And after COVID, this digital manufacturing making a big impact and a lot of supply chain issues also there. Through our 3D printing technologies, we address those issues, and with the 3D printing technologies, we are trying to provide the solutions in the short lead time, and moreover, we are trying to replace the existing process with the new technology. Instead of following the traditional way of process, we are trying to implement 3D printing technology. We are trying to partially replace this product development. So in previous time, if you see this, it is there in the market around 30 years, but the recent years, 2015 onwards, this particular technologies are start using in the manufacturing and then end-use applications. So it means we can directly produce the part, we can use it. In the medical application, we use as a dental implants, and in jewelry, in ceramic parts, we can directly use it, and even watch designs or shoe designs or whatever it may be. So that kind of improvement is happening in the additive manufacturing process. So this 4 phase of innovation is start from the idea and concept, and then solution and then market. So everyone have their unique idea. So it come into the concept, it required some expertise. Once the concept is ready, we have to go with the solutions. In the solution front, we are supporting with our 3D printing technology, and then it is marketing, it is always matter for any type of business. So if you see this current scenario, whenever we talk about the technologies, people we used to say it is expensive. So like any type of new technology we come into the picture, it is always expensive. So, but right now if you see this 3D printing technologies, yes, I also agree, it is 5 times expensive than the traditional way of manufacture. If you want to make a ring in the conventional way of process, if plastic ring, if it is 1,000, it is here 3D printing, it may be a 2,000 rupees or 3,000 rupees. So, but creativity is many main things. If some kind of creativity, it is possible with the 3D printing technologies only. In the next 5 years of view, we are continuously implementing this kind of technologies to reduce the cost of the product and then lead time of the product development. And future, if you see, surely we will match the traditional manufacturing with the 3D printing cost. So it means that right now the medical, if you see this medical implant and other things, it is all made through 3D printing technologies only. But in other way, in automotive and footwear and other aerospace industries, partially they are using Boeing and Airbus, they are widely used with 3D printing technologies. But coming to the fast moving goods and fashion design and textile, it is slowly, it is in the concept stage, but it is moving forward. Maybe in soon 5 years to 10 years down the line, we may implement more into these technologies. Sorry. This is on video about this 3D printing designing. I just play, it is only 2-minute video. Okay.
It started with a little
Okay, skip that. So digitizations in the industries, if you see the changing the way of the productions, the design concept or manufacturing and fabrications or services, that digitizations, it is making a big impact in the any type of industries. If you see this maturity of any type of technology or manufacturing process, the initial earlier of time, it is a like hardware only we are using, and then software and hardware integrations, and then integrations between the industrial 4.0. Now we talking about the AI. So AI is making a big role in this any type of industries. That is a journey what we are seeing in this field. In 3D printing technology in the fashion design, in any type of industries, they generally use some kind of emerging technologies. But in 3D printing technologies, how we are supporting for the textile industries, we can make some kind of fabric kind of parts in the conceptual stage of model. We can able to do that with the creative designs. That is possible. What is the advantage we are getting here? We can reduce the waste. If you want to make a conventional way of process, we have to buy the material or we have to process that. There are a lot of wastes. And moreover, it is more dependent on manpower. It required high skill labor. Here we are eliminating that like labor interventions also. Because of that, we are eliminating the error. And moreover, this 3D printing technology is providing the different iterations of the results. In one time, we can able to produce 3, 4 or different type of results with the emerging process. So how it is possible? So like many people know about that. So it required some kind of 3D model. 3D model means using the 3D modeling software or freeform software, we create the 3D model, slice and transfer the file into the machine, and then it will print and then we'll get the part. This whole cycle, it will take only 1 day time. So that is the biggest advantage what we are seeing here. So these are the some kind of like 2D to 3D conversions. Like in virtual, we can able to see these kind of things, but with the additive manufacturing process, we can see as a physical part. So these are the 3D printed dresses. It is already there in the market. It is designed and it is already executed in many ways. So why we are using this kind of fabrics? It has a good elongations in the property. So based on that, we choosing some kind of material. There are different type of material available in the market, but some kind of material is well suited for this kind of applications. For example, these are the some kind of flexible property material. It is very, very essential to create any type of textile. And moreover, the shoe industries right now, like a lot of big industries, even Google also start working with 3D printing technologies, especially for the footwear industries. So we can create the creative designs, and with a polymer material, we can make a like with the compact shoes we can able to make with the creative designs. So there, the 3D printing is playing the major role. And like spares. When we talk about spares, textiles, we use many type of machines. So for one particular spare, we have to wait to get the spare and then like get it ready the machines. So instead of those kind of small metal or plastic parts, when we have a 3D printing technologies or who have a 3D printing technologies, we can directly print and then we can use it. Even we have a 2D printers with us, flex printing and different type of printers, even HP printers. So whatever the small spares, it is got broken or it wear out, we can directly print the part from this 3D printing technology, and then we can use within a day time we can boom up. And apart from that, the photogrammetry is another thing that like full create like full 360-degree photos we can take it from the photogrammetry. We ourselves created our own photogrammetry sessions that I will show you in coming up slides. With that, what type of photos we can take and what type of output we can get it from that, I will explain to you. Even ornament, what I'm talking about. So these are the some kind of polymer ornament. So it is for only fashion design applications, even studs and other ornaments also we can able to make it with the polymer. So what type of 3D designs we are giving, it will deliver as a physical part. That is a deliverable what we are getting. Even jewelry designs, we have a wax printing and then polymer printer. Any type of complex geometrical with the creative design with a less wall thickness also possible with our additive manufacturing process. And ceramic, what I'm talking about, we closely working with the nanoparticle printing with the Exet Israel-based company. So for that, using that technology, we can make a high complex profile with the ceramic as a end-use parts. So type of 3D printing, I will remaining slides I will quickly go through. So with our art portfolio, we are trying to provide the solutions. We identify the requirement. This journey started in 1986 with the Chuck Hull. He is the father of 3D printing technologies. This is the first camera cover for what he innovated. Through this, these technologies are penetrated in the market. In last 30 years, these technologies are widely used in the only R&D, but now we are widely used for medical, aerospace and other end-use applications. So generally these technologies are categorized into different way. We can use liquid form of material or wired form of material or powder form of material. This is a raw material what we have to give input. It will deliver as a jewelry or whatever it may be. The full model we will get it from this. So these are the some line diagrams of different type of technologies. These are the like two technical, and metal and ceramic printers are worked in this way. So with that, like applications, when we talk about the applications, our textile applications is generally fall under custom and mass customization. Always creativity is playing the major role in the fashion designs. So that add more value. Something we have to differently we have to show. Apart from that, concept model and functional and rapid tooling and end use applications. These are the general applications there in the market. But custom designs, 3D printing is one of the key factors. Through that, we can able to process a lot of creative design like dresses and ornaments and all. So if you see this pheasant design, this is on video. It is completely processed through this 3D printing process.
My name is Denit Peleg. I've just graduated from Shankar College of Design. I wanted to create a ready-to-wear collection printed entirely at home, using printers that anyone can get. I've spent the past year searching for the best solution. I worked with leading experts in the field. I really like the result. It looks a little bit like lace. And it moves beautifully. Just imagine the potential. If you're called to print your own jacket, traveling with no luggage, just print your clothes in the hotel room. Will we soon be able to design, share, and print our own clothes directly from home?
So this is one example. These are the parts what we develop out our end in Chennai facilities, one of our North Indian company. So we like the bits of pieces. It is the entire dresses, but the bits of pieces we ourselves design and then develop it. And then right now they are using our 3D printing machine for manufacturing this kind of parts. So these are the parts. This is developed by us, and it is a OEM case study with a SLS technology. And this kind of complex creative designs, it is not at all possible with the conventional way of process. It required high manpower skill, or it is only possible with the 3D printing way of process. So these are some cloth, different type of textures, and this is also video. It just
3D printing made a big splash when it first came out, and it seemed like everybody's desk were adorned with plastic toys. Now the technology is being used to make parts for cars, planes, and clothes?
Advanced technology goes into this that you can wear every single day.
Elisa Yoakum, president of Stax 3D, tells us how 3D printed fashion is going to be a couture game changer. Let's start with 3D printed wearable clothing.
This actually started as powder in a bed in a 3D printer, and then a model is sent to the computer.
A designer draws up a model of a clothing item using fashion design software and sends the file to the 3D printing computer.
That computer slices up that model so it has a layer by layer approach to how it's going to print it, and a laser goes in and hardens up that powdered material into the chainmail that you see here.
The finished product still has a plastic texture, but when worn over a bodysuit, it flows and moves with the body comfortably. Next, this technology isn't limited to clothing. It can also create jewelry with unusual designs.
And take a ring like this that has been printed in brass, and you'll see that there are two layers to this. So this top layer has much larger holes, inside is much smaller.
While traditional jewelry can be designed using tools to cut and engrave, 3D printing allows designers to shape metal and plastics in ways that can't be done by hand.
There's nothing that you would ever be able to do that could have you get this kind of complex or impossible geometry together in the traditional sense.
3D printed clothing? Check. 3D printed jewelry? Check. Finally, 3D printed fashion accessories.
These cool blue glasses I'm wearing are from eyeglass designer Edward Biner.
Andrew, Dr. Fashion Bernstein, is a huge fan of these lightweight 3D printed glasses that can be customized in any imaginable color or style. He also says to keep an eye out for 3D printed ties like the one he's wearing that can be made in just a few hours and are flexible and durable.
Look at that, isn't that cool?
We're getting all dressed up in fashion that's taking us to the next dimension.
So, we have a real-time case studies of that spectacle making. I will show you what we develop and what it is only on Bangalore customer only, like how optimized solutions we provide for them. And these are some color structured color jet printing output. So sometimes we expected ourselves, we get as a statues is always special. So with our printing within a 1 day, we can able to get this kind of output with the full colored model. So these are some real-time outputs what we are getting. This is in fashion design and other media applications. People are using these technologies for making this kind of things. You might see in the Hollywood films or something, some creative designs are designed and manufacturing in the scaled down version, and they will project it in the big way. So that is 100% possible with this, and even fashion designs and this kind of memorable things we can able to process with that, and then we can showcase as a demonstration model for education purpose or something. So these are some, I think this is a big video, I just skip this. These are the DLP and then MJP output. This is a full color model. If you cannot believe, this is a 3D model images, and that one is a printed part output. So 100% we can match 1:1 that color deliverable. And if you see this video, the spectacle how we are making with the full automations, it is not required even a single manpower. So this is a real-time examples. This particular spectacle is designed by one Bengaluru person. So he is working with in few medical companies in Bangalore, and he designed himself. This is that white color, that SLA part what we produced first time, and then we produced with the DLP technology. We produced the black color what he's wear, that is completely 3D printed apart from the glass. So it is for some purpose, so we can add some creativity into that, and it will provide the better results in better way. So this is a multi-jet printing. These are some 3D printing technologies. Machine is looking like this. With that, we can able to make a different type of textures for different type of applications, and these are the different type of raw material what we are using. With this kind of material only, we are making those kind of textures. And statues, even some complex geometrical flexible parts, even elastomeric kind of output also we can able to get that output from the printer. That is a MJP multi-jet printing. It is a DLP process, a digital light process. Here we use liquid form of raw material with a different type of form of material, black color, white color, and even rubber, jewelry parts. Within a day time we can able to produce the ring. Even for example, one ring if you take around 25 to 30 rings, within 8 hours time we can able to produce, and we can cure, and then we can use it for the prototype purpose, and you can convert that plastic into metal with a conventional way of process. And jewelry, this is the design what we are following, that is a W2P way to production. It is a DLP technology. So through this, this is a platform size. So if you see this particular thing, Solflux 1650, it is the name of that machine. It has a big envelope size, 42 rings we can able to produce. In 150 we can produce 7 rings within a 1 hour time. If it is a big, the 42 rings we can produce in the 1 hour time. So this is a process, 3D model. It is a support software part what we have to do. This is a real output. So that output we can use it as a master pattern to convert into metal, gold, or whatever it may be, silver. So this is a composite parts, sometimes composite material playing the major role, where the weight reduction playing the important fact without compromising the strength. And is a complex geometrical good surface finishing parts we can produce through this SLA. And this is another small video of 3D scanning. When I am talking about 3D scanning, how it work and what it deliver, I just play this video and then I will skip it. So we can scan this using this scanner. Wherever we are going we can take, and here itself we can scan full human or statues or object or whatever it may be. So we can scan and then get as a 3D point cloud data with the textures, without textures. So that we can directly go for the part productions. If you see this part, it has a lot of creative 2D images on the surfaces. So that scanning part will take hardly 15 to 30 minutes time. So with the textures we are getting this kind of output. We can completely 3D print these parts within our time. So sometimes it is required for like creative designs, and sometimes for human scanning. We can scan human. It is widely used in the medical applications. We can use it in the other like fashion shows and other textile applications as well. So that full human can capture as a 3D data. So through that, if any defected area or for this particular textures, we have to design the like ornaments or whatever it may be, that is possible. So this much accurate data we can get it from this 3D printing 3D scanner technology. Again, it is from Russia. The application name called Calibri. It is a blue light scanner. So this is a scanning methodology what we have to follow. So with the least lead time we can able to scan the part. So this is some examples. We can scan human, big object, small object, even statues. We can use it for different type of applications. So our facilities, we have a different type of 3D printing process in our facilities. As I told, 19 printers. This is a photogrammetry that is called Orbit 3D. With that we are providing the solutions for the India. This Orbit 3D is also used in the fashion design industries. What it deliver in photogrammetry. So these are the two humans standing inside the photogrammetry. It is taking photo using the 86 camera, and you can convert that images, 86 images using ZBrush. You convert into 3D model, and you can produce as a statue with the 100 mm height. So this whole process, it takes only 1 day time. So that is the advantage what we are getting from this photogrammetry, and it is we creating ourselves. It is our Monotech product. So we installed in our Chennai facility. Right now we move these facilities into Delhi. These all are our employees who is working with us, and most of the people are left, but even we have these statues with us right now. So conclusions, ultimately any type of emerging technologies provide the optimized solutions. How we are implementing and when we are implementing is a matter, and with that these technologies we are like providing the solution in inventory and in supply chain activities. And we are serving for many industries: automotive, aerospace, defense, energy, consumable and textile, and other medical and other industries. I don't know whether this 30 or 45 minutes is not sufficient to explain all the details, and we are there to help you, like our service head also there, Regan sir also there with us. So if any query is there, please let us know, and we are ready to help you. So like what is the value drives, like we reduce the cost. Ultimately whatever we do, we have to reduce the cost. We can get the like optimized results, and the fast time to market is always matter, and supply chain efficiently we have to improve the supply chain activities. So the traditional manufacturing, it has its own advantages. There is no compromise in that. But with the additional 3D printing technology, we add more value in that. So we can improve the quality. We can deliver the product in faster lead time and cost reductions. So we do some consultation service. We visited your place and we identify some requirement. We suggest technologies and material if required. And like we provide benchmark, we develop some kind of small parts to a better understanding, and we justify the return on investment, and we provide the complete solutions. So if you have any query, please let us know. Thank you so much for your time, valuable time, and thank you for the opportunity.
If there are any questions, we can be. Yes, sir.
Usually these tailoring halls are there for stitching clothes like shirts, trousers, and blouses and all that. Have you got any automated facility for that?
No, 3D printers per se can only provide you materials related to the tailoring. So maybe buttons, maybe some plastic parts which can be integrated with fabric which the tailor is using, where he has to go out and purchase it from the market. Those things are now available. For example, let's say you want to have a kind of a plastic ornamental finish to the cloth. Earlier he used to go and buy it from the market, but here he can have his own printer and customize it. There are plastic printers which are economical, but maybe not good for a tailor to do it because it's still expensive for him. He can give it to us, so we can make that particular part, like what you saw in the video. Some of the parts can be integrated to the fashion, to the clothing, and the tailor can embed it. It can be buttons, it can be some ornamental finish, whatever he wants. But the full clothing automation from the tailoring point of view, it's only possible if he prints the entire cloth as a fabric, as a wearable, as you saw from a 3D printer. So the tailor has to shift completely from the cloth to a fabric which is from the 3D printing material. There's a long way to go. I think it's the cost factor which will drive him over a period of time. If you go for the expensive tailor, yes, obviously he can do it.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was a very new approach to a fashion way that we all need, I guess. We'll move on to the next one. I'd like to invite Mr. Gopinath Rao, Deputy Director, MSME DI, Government of India. Mr. P. Dora Babu, Assistant Director, Apparel Export Promotion Council. Mrs. P. L. Sridevi, Regional Officer, Export Promotion Council for Handicrafts. And our moderator, Dr. Ajit Kumar Nigam, CEO, NIFT Foundation for Design and Innovation, for a role of funding agency, for a discussion on role of funding agencies towards export marketing.
Can you get the chairs?